friends and artists in fourth grade. Welcome back to Paul Williams and Jetsons inspired futuristic cities. Last week we drew shapes and lines to create our city of the future inspired by Mr. Paul R. Williams and the Jetsons. And this week we're going to go in and we're going to add some details and we're going to add some color. So I asked you to take a look at Paul Williams' work and tell me what you saw in terms of how he added his details. One thing that I saw frequently was how he repeated kind of this arc pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and add this like bumpy line down here to this. And maybe I also saw how he added, and in the Jetsons, they added these kinds of, they would repeat straight lines, vertical lines, or horizontal lines. So I could certainly add some of those in. Seems like all of mine are starting to look a little bit like hats, but that's okay. I'm going to add in like these circular windows. And you could do this with a crayon or a marker. I think I'm going to add in that arc shape again that I saw so much in Paul Williams' work. And then in one of his buildings, I saw how he added vertical lines to make the windows. So I'm going to add some of that in. Really right now you're just kind of adding details to your buildings to make them exactly what you want them to be. Maybe I'll add some windows in here, like a big block of windows. But really today it's kind of up to you, like how you want. I'm not sure what to do with this. Maybe I'll add some of those arcs in, maybe one arc down here and maybe a band of windows right here. Maybe some more windows down here. So just kind of, I'm repeating lines and shapes, almost creating patterns. And maybe I kind of always think of, it's like a skeleton in a way, with the teeth. I kind of always think of futuristic spaceships and buildings having ovals for windows. I love how everything is turning out to look like a person to me. Once you kind of have the details added to your buildings the way you'd like for them to be, okay, then you're going to go ahead and start adding color. And you have some choices when you're doing this. Maybe I'm going to color in things like a whole color. Like I'm going to color this in with the end of my crayon. Color in my building there. Maybe the sky, I want the sky to be kind of like an orangish color. And one great way of coloring in bigger spaces is by using the side of your crayon. So I can go kind of around my buildings and color in and using the side. Now if I go over a little bit, that's okay. I can always go back and color that in unless I wanted to leave it white. So I'm having this kind of orangey sky here. Feels like it would be on another planet because when our moon is up, the sky is not orange. The sky is like a bluish color, different kinds of blue. So I went over a little bit there, so then I might go in a little bit more carefully and color this area in blue. Using some careful coloring. Remember, you're fourth graders now, so you can color things in carefully. Now I'm going to use this tip, like while I have the blue, I'm going to go ahead and spread that blue around in some places. And then that's a good time saver too. Maybe make my windows blue. Maybe make some of the columns on here blue. So, going in and really finishing your work today by adding color to it. Maybe I want the mountains to be like purple mountains. So I can color in the mountains a color. If you don't have mountains, you can add them if you want to or not. Your futuristic city doesn't have to have a mountain range. You could have something else. Maybe it has stacked rocks, like in Sedona, Arizona, if you've ever been there. They have these really unique rock formations. Or maybe you have something completely different because yours is a city on another world. Getting super creative with your ideas. I hope some of you got a chance to watch some of the Jetsons. It's been fun for me to watch those again after not watching them for many, many years. Let me show you what else you can do. So if you have watercolors, after you color some things in, you can certainly color over them. I'm just going to color a little bit more. I think I'll do these yellow. This is looking like a sombrero to me. Olay! And let's see if I have a white. Oh, I do. Okay. So I'm going to color the windows in white, and I'm going to show you, like Mrs. Gordon, white on white. We can't see anything. I'm going to show you in a minute why I'm going to do that. Okay, so one way, if you don't have watercolors at home, if you do have watercolors, you can watercolor right over it. If you don't have watercolors, you can use a marker. And I'm going to color this all in one color, and you can certainly color in with markers too. I don't always love the way markers look. They can look a little sloppy, but what we're going to do next is going to make it not so sloppy. All right, so then I colored in an area with marker, and as soon as you color it in, you want to do this. And now I'm going to take a wet brush or a wet Q-tip, and I'm going to spread that paint out. I'm going to spread it out over the blue. I'm going to spread it out over the white where I painted the windows. I can even take it down. It's going to really start to spread. I can take it down into the stand for the building. Just keep getting my my brush wet. And I can really add some unique details. I'm going to finish this, friends. And it's an interesting way that you can add color. I'm going to finish this. I hope you have fun making your futuristic city inspired by the artist Paul Williams and the cartoon The Jetsons, and I can't wait to see what you do with it. And pretty soon I'm going to be able to see you in person. I'm so excited for that. Anyway, have fun, happy art making, friends, and I can't wait to see what you make.